On a Tuesday afternoon, Amanda Talbot's phone rang from a number she almost didn't recognize, the HR office of the nonprofit where she'd been hired.
Ms. Talbot, this is Patricia Vance. We need to discuss something very unusual.
What do you mean? My start date isn't for another week.
Actually, you started Monday. There's been a woman at your desk, responding to your name for 3 days now.
That can't be possible.
The woman in the office doesn't look like your ID photo. And her voice? We already had a voice sample from your voicemail. It's not her.
You have a recording of my voice?
We compared it to a call from the woman here. It's definitely not the same person.
Ashley.
I need you to come to the office immediately. We'll keep her here until you arrive.
To understand how that imposter got there, you have to go back 3 months. Amanda had just hung up from her final interview.
I believe my background in crisis communication is exactly what your organization needs.
The next day, the phone rang. The hiring manager told her the job was hers. Senior communications manager, $120,000 a year.
After everything, I finally have a real career path. I can stop scraping by.
Amanda was in the middle of a move, so she filled out a temporary mail forwarding form. All her mail would go to her parents' house for 2 months. She trusted the postal system. The official offer letter would arrive there, and her mother would forward it. Meanwhile, her older sister Ashley sat in her childhood room, staring at a wall of rejection letters.
9 months, and I can't even get a call back. What is wrong with me? If I had Amanda's degree, I wouldn't be in this hole.
On a Thursday afternoon, the official offer letter landed in the mailbox. Ashley was the one who checked the mail that day. Ashley pulled a stack of mail from the box. On top, a thick ivory envelope with the nonprofit's logo. Her breath caught.
That's Amanda's name. But this isn't a bill or a catalog. It's an offer letter from a real company.
She tore it open right there on the curb. The number in bold at the bottom made her hands shake.
$120,000? For writing press releases? I could pay off everything. Amanda doesn't need this. She's always been the golden child. This could save me. She won't even miss it.
Inside the house, she laid the letter flat on the kitchen table and traced the signature line with her finger. She grabbed a notepad and practiced Amanda's looping handwriting 20, 30 times until the movements felt automatic.
We look similar enough. Same hair, same eyes. If I dress the part and keep my mouth shut, no one will question it.
She held a framed photo of the two sisters next to her face in the mirror, tilting her head to match Amanda's posture from her I-9.
It's just borrowing an opportunity. She'll forgive me when she finds out.
On Monday morning, Ashley drove to the nonprofit's glass front building, the forged acceptance letter creased in her purse. At the reception desk, she signed the visitor log with a trembling hand, but the security guard barely glanced up. In the elevator, she stared at her warped reflection, heart pounding.
This is insane, but it's working.
She walked down the corridor to the HR office, the heels she'd bought secondhand clicking loudly on the tile. Inside, she handed over Amanda's driver's license and signed the W-4 with the signature she had practiced 100 times. The HR assistant filed the papers without a second look, and Ashley exhaled for the first time in an hour. Later, after orientation, she rode the elevator down, a small smirk flickering at the corner of her lips. That same afternoon, 20 miles away, Amanda checked her apartment mailbox and found nothing but a pizza coupon.
The offer letter should have arrived by now, maybe tomorrow.
The following morning, her supervisor dropped a press release template on her desk. Deadline noon.
I don't even know what a lead paragraph looks like. How did Amanda do this?
By mid-morning, her inbox filled with requests. She stared at the empty Word document.
I can fake a voice on a call, but I can't fake a press release.
2 floors up, HR Director Patricia Vance opened the personnel file and compared it to her notes from the interview. The resume described a confident communicator with a master's degree. The woman in the cubicle couldn't draft a single paragraph.
Either her resume is padded, or something else is going on.
She walked down to the communications floor and stood behind a glass partition, watching the new hire struggle. In the team meeting, Ashley misused key performance indicators as a verb, and 2 colleagues exchanged a nervous glance. Patricia returned to her office and circled the candidate's name on her HR checklist. She would need to verify the credentials. Back at her desk, Patricia opened the I-9 file and laid the W-4 form beside it. The signatures were the first thing she compared.
The loops on the W-4 are rounded and deliberate. The I-9 signature is spikier, with a different slant.
She held the driver's license under the desk lamp. The photo stared back, a face she barely recognized from the elevator.
The hair is darker, the eyes more hooded. It's close, but it's not the same woman.
She pulled up the security camera image from orientation and placed it beside the ID. The differences sharpened.
These documents don't belong to the person in that cubicle. Someone else's identity is being used.
On her notepad, she wrote the phone number listed on the resume and underlined it twice.
If I call and the right person answers, I'll know it's a fraud. But I need proof, not a feeling.
She lifted the receiver, then set it down. She would call from a recorded line tomorrow, with a pretext to hear her voice. She locked the file in her drawer and stood. Outside the window, the office lights flickered in the dark. That afternoon, Amanda stared at a blank calendar and dialed the HR number she'd saved after the interview.
This is Amanda Talbot. I still haven't received my formal start date. Can you confirm when I'm supposed to begin?
Ms. Talbot, I don't understand. According to our records, you reported for onboarding on Monday and have been working since.
Someone is already in my job. That's impossible.
We have your signed W-4 and a copy of your driver's license. The woman here looks similar, but I've already noted some oddities.
That is not me. My sister must have intercepted the offer letter. She knows my parents' address. Ashley, this is the kind of desperate thing she'd do.
I've been uneasy since day one, but I need physical proof to act. Can you bring your real ID?
I'll be there as soon as I can. Don't let her leave that building.
Amanda tossed the phone onto the cushion and grabbed her car keys, the betrayal settling like ice in her chest. Amanda pulled into the driveway of her parents' house and killed the engine, the mailbox visible through the passenger window. Inside, the living room smelled of stale air. She moved straight to the recycling bin beside the kitchen counter and began ripping through flyers. At the very bottom, crushed under a pizza box, she found the remains of a thick ivory envelope. The nonprofit's logo was still visible on the torn corner. The letter itself lay inside, unopened, exactly as Ashley had left it.
Ashley never forwarded this. She opened it and hid the evidence. This is all I need.
She pulled out her phone and dialed the attorney she'd kept on retainer after a contract dispute 3 years ago. Within 20 minutes, he emailed a fraud affidavit and gave her the address of a notary who could see her immediately. She drove home to grab her driver's license, then met the notary in a strip mall office. The notary stamped the affidavit with a heavy thud. Amanda held the sealed envelope, her ID, and the legal document in her lap.
Patricia will hold her until I get there. I have everything.
In her office, Patricia slipped on headphones and pulled up the digital recording of yesterday's phone screen. She had called the hire's desk line and recorded the entire conversation. Then she dialed the candidate's personal number from the resume. The call went to voicemail, and a woman's voice filled the room. "You've reached Amanda Talbot. I'm unable to take your call, but please leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can." She saved the voicemail into a new file and opened it beside the desk line recording. On screen, the waveforms told the story.
The real Amanda's pitch is steady, professional. The woman here rushes her words and sounds nothing like this.
She removed the headphones and wrote a single line on her legal pad, underlining it slowly.
This is beyond discrepancy. Someone is committing felony identity fraud inside my building.
She reached for her desk phone and dialed the internal security extension, her voice low but commanding.
This is Vance in HR. I have a confirmed identity fraud situation in communications. Stand by on my floor, but don't approach until I signal.
Then she picked up the receiver again and dialed Amanda's cell, this time waiting for a live voice. The trap was set. In the shadow of the notary's strip mall, Amanda's phone buzzed. Patricia Vance's name glowed on the screen. She pressed accept.
I'm 4 minutes from the office. Tell me you have something concrete.
I recorded the new hire on a phone screen. Her cadence, her pitch, nothing matches your voicemail. It's conclusive.
Her name is Ashley. She intercepted my offer letter. I have the original sealed envelope, my license, and a notarized affidavit.
I've already notified security. They're stationed on my floor. How fast can you get here?
5 minutes. Do not let her step outside that building. If she tries, call the police.
Understood. I'll stall her personally. The elevator will be held for you.
Amanda ended the call and shifted into drive, the tires crunching over loose asphalt as she turned toward the city. The nonprofit's glass facade caught the setting sun, its upper windows burning amber against the darkening sky.
You took my name, my salary, my seat. But you forgot one thing. I'm the one who earned it.
Amanda sped through 3 yellow lights, the notarized affidavit and sealed envelope riding shotgun beside her.
She's been sitting in my seat, using my name for 3 days. 3 days of embarrassing the firm I fought to join.
She rehearsed the words she had planned, the proof, the law, the years of quiet betrayal compressed into a single encounter. 2 floors above, Patricia strode across the communications cubicles and stopped at Ashley's desk.
Amanda, I need you in conference room C. There's an urgent compliance matter, something we have to address before end of day.
Compliance? Did I miss a form? Just stay calm.
Ashley saved her empty document and stood, her heels wobbling as she followed Patricia down the corridor toward the empty conference room. Amanda's car swung into the parking lot, the building's glass catching the last orange light. The sealed envelope lay cold against her thigh.
She'll cry. She always cries when she's caught. Not this time.
Inside, Ashley watched Patricia pour 2 cups of coffee and set them on the glossy conference table, the door clicking shut behind them. She didn't know it was a cage. Amanda pushed through the revolving doors, the cold weight of the sealed envelope steadying her grip. At the security desk, she held up her driver's license. The guard compared the photo to her face, checked the name, and nodded her through with a silent gesture toward the elevator bank.
She's in conference C. I told her it's a routine compliance audit. She suspects nothing. Security is waiting outside the room.
They rode the elevator in charged silence. When the doors slid open on the 2nd floor, Amanda's heels clicked onto the polished concrete.
She sat in my chair for 3 days, pretended to be me. I'm about to watch her face when she realizes it's over.
Patricia stopped outside a door marked Conference C and gestured with a nod. Amanda reached for the handle, her pulse loud in her ears. She pushed. The door swung open without a sound, and there, at the glossy table, sat the imposter.
That's not another HR person. That's Amanda? No, you can't be here. This is a closed meeting.
It's closed, all right. Closed to anyone who isn't the real Amanda Talbot. I believe you have my salary, my resume, and my office chair.
She slammed the envelope, her driver's license, and the notarized affidavit onto the table with 3 echoing thuds. The coffee cups shivered.
Original sealed offer letter, my actual ID, and a criminal fraud affidavit already notarized. You forgot to take the letter out of the mailbox, didn't you?
Amanda, wait. You don't understand. Mom said you were worried about the start date. I was just trying to help.
You forged my signature, used my license, and sat in my chair. That's not help. That's a federal crime.
Please, I'll leave right now. Just don't press charges. I'm your sister.
You stopped being my sister the moment you took my name.
Patricia opened the door. 2 security guards stepped inside, their shadows stretching across the glossy table. They took her by the arms. Her designer bag caught on the table edge, spilling a compact and a forged document onto the floor.
The real job starts Monday. I'll be here.
Patricia left her in the quiet room, the envelope still sealed, the ID untouched. Patricia led Amanda to her own office, where the window cast pale light onto a fresh hire packet.
Ms. Talbot, what happened is inexcusable. The role is yours if you still want it. We'd like you to start Monday.
I didn't go through 3 rounds of interviews to let my sister steal my seat. I'll take it.
And as a gesture, we're adding $4,000 to your signing bonus. The revised letter reflects it.
She slid a crisp envelope across the desk, the same logo, now with Amanda's real name printed without forgery. Amanda unfolded it. The words $4,000 signing bonus edition were handwritten at the bottom. She signed on the line with a steady hand, then pushed the paper back toward Patricia. They shook hands, firm and professional, nothing of the earlier chaos in the gesture.
Monday can't come fast enough. I'll rebuild from this.
As she stood to leave, her phone buzzed. The screen read Mom. She silenced it and slipped the signed copy into her bag. Outside the office, the night had settled. Amanda's phone buzzed again, 3 missed calls from Mom stacked on the screen. She pressed play on the voicemail. Linda's trembling voice filled the car. "Amanda, please. Ashley just got home. She's hysterical. She didn't mean any of it. You can't destroy your sister over a job. She's family. We don't do this to family. I'm begging you, don't go to the police." The message cut off with a ragged sob. Amanda stared at the phone, her face unreadable.
She knew Ashley was going to the office. She probably helped her pick the outfit. Now she wants me to forget.
The phone screen dimmed. Another voicemail from Linda had arrived, a longer one, its timestamp still fresh. "If you press charges, we will never forgive you. She's your blood. I raised you both to love each other."
Love? She never loved me enough to protect my future. Only Ashley's.
Amanda deleted both voicemails and dropped the phone onto the passenger seat. The engine still hummed. Amanda drove to the district station, the streetlights carving sharp paths across the windshield.
I need to file a report for identity theft. My sister used my name to accept a job.
The sergeant scanned the notarized affidavit, then pulled out a report form. Amanda's driver's license was photocopied, her statement recorded.
She tried to take everything I built. Now the law will define her, not me.
The printer hissed and spat out the complaint. Amanda signed it with the same looping signature Ashley had tried to fake. The sergeant stamped the file and handed her a carbon copy. The case number glowed under the fluorescent lights. Back in her car, Amanda stared at the carbon copy. The case number was now etched into a system that couldn't be erased.
This isn't revenge. It's consequence.
She folded the copy, slipped it into the same envelope that had held her offer letter, and drove home. When she got home, she placed the envelope on her kitchen counter and didn't look at it again. Tomorrow, she would start her job. The apartment was dark except for the streetlight through the window. Amanda's phone buzzed once more. She glanced at the screen, another voicemail from Linda, the 6th that day. She almost ignored it, then pressed play. "You've gone too far. I don't have a daughter who sends police to her own sister. Don't call me again." The words hung in the silence. Amanda didn't flinch.
I'm not the one who made this choice. She chose Ashley over me years ago. This is just the final page.
She tapped the screen twice. The voicemail vanished, along with the entire call log with that number. Then she opened her contacts, scrolled to Mom, and blocked it.
I have a presentation to prepare.
She set the phone aside, pulled her laptop closer, and began writing her first press release as the real Amanda Talbot. The city outside settled into its hum, and she didn't look at the phone again. Monday morning light sliced across the nonprofit's glass facade. Amanda parked her car in the same lot, but this time she walked through the entrance as herself. The security guard recognized her name on the updated list and slid a fresh employee badge across the counter. Patricia met her at the elevator with a slim envelope and a firm handshake.
Welcome to day 1, Amanda Talbot. Your signing bonus is inside. The team is waiting in the conference room.
Amanda opened the envelope and pulled out a check stamped with the extra $4,000. She tucked it into her blazer without fanfare. In the conference room, a dozen staff members looked up from their coffee. Patricia introduced her with a simple statement: "Meet the real senior communications manager."
I know this week has been unusual. I'm here to do the work I was hired for. Let's get started.
An hour later, she sat at her desk, the same desk Ashley had occupied, and clipped her employee ID to her lanyard.
This chair still feels cold, but by noon, it'll be mine.
By mid-morning, she'd already outlined a press campaign. Her name, her real name, was stamped on the document footer. In October, the courtroom light was pale and cold. Ashley Talbot entered with her attorney and sat at the defendant's table, her head bowed. The clerk read the charges: identity theft, fraud, and criminal impersonation. Ashley rose and answered in a voice barely above a whisper.
Guilty. To all of it.
Linda Talbot, seated alone in the back row, pressed a handkerchief to her mouth and wept silently. The judge reviewed the notarized affidavit, the nonprofit's statement, and the defendant's lack of prior record. Then he handed down a suspended sentence, 2 years of probation, and full restitution of the signing bonus to the nonprofit. A local news outlet posted the headline that afternoon: "Woman convicted of identity theft in corporate fraud case." Amanda did not attend. The seat beside Linda remained empty the entire hearing. Afterward, Linda stood on the courthouse steps, alone, the wind pulling at her coat. The case number was sealed into the county record, and Ashley Talbot's name was now tied to a conviction she could never erase. 3 months into the role, winter sunlight cut across the conference room. Amanda clicked the final slide of her campaign recap. Her supervisor nodded with a rare smile, tapping the screen where the campaign metrics glowed. Later, at her desk, she opened a drawer and took out her business card. She traced the raised letters.
This used to feel like a forgery. Now it's heavy with everything I've rebuilt.
She tucked the card back and turned to her monitor. The office was quiet except for the distant hum of the city. That evening, she stayed late on a grant proposal. The last coworker left, and the heating kicked on.
I don't need to prove I belong, but I still feel the cold shape of her sitting in this chair.
She saved the file and stood, her reflection in the window, a lone silhouette against the winter night. Before leaving, she pressed the business card between her fingers. The city lights spread below like an open hand. She walked down the tree-lined street, the building's glow behind her, and didn't look back. Amanda returned to the office early, before the phone started, and stood at the window looking out at the waking city. The sky was a pale winter blue. She held her coffee and let the warmth seep into her fingers.
This is it. I did it. No one took this from me.
A faint smile crossed her lips, so slight it would have been invisible to anyone else. Her reflection in the glass showed a woman who no longer needed to prove anything. She turned away from the window and picked up her tote bag, the business card still inside. She walked through the lobby, past the security guard who now knew her by name, and out into the sun. The city hummed around her, indifferent but alive.
Some losses never heal, but this is enough.
She didn't look down the street behind her. She only walked forward, into the light. Late one February evening, Amanda finished a report and stretched her neck. Her phone illuminated with a silent buzz. The screen read blocked number. She stared at it for 2 full breaths.
Some people never stop trying.
She laid her thumb on the side button and held it until the screen went black. Then she picked up her coffee mug, still warm, and took a slow sip. She set the mug down and opened the next file on her computer. The office around her was silent, the winter dark pressing against the windows. At 8 o'clock, she stood, pulled on her coat, and switched off the desk lamp. The chair stood empty in the dim blue glow of the monitor's screensaver. The screensaver cycled once, then the monitor went dark, and the room settled into night.